Okay. Hello. At the same time I said hello. You did it on purpose. Fucking with me. I was
I know.
ready.
I know. I saw you go.
First time.
I saw you go.
This is what I deal with. Okay. Hello. Welcome back to Tea and Toasties. I'm one of your hosts, Sabrina.
And I'm Rich. I'm the other one.
And welcome back. Not welcome back. Welcome to episode 17.
Well, welcome to, if it's your first one. And welcome back to those who have listened to all the other 16, our super fans.
Yes, but welcome to, for the first time, episode 17.
17.
Specifically.
Dancing Queen.
Young and sweet.
Only 17.
Great. That's one of my favorite songs. 17 again, Zac Efron.
Ooh. What
Matthew
about
Perry,
the Beatles? They did a 17.
Who?
Just 17, you know what I mean.
Oh, right. What's the deal with 17? It's kind of like...
What is it?
I don't want to get into it right at the top of the episode.
Okay.
You know, it's like the age where it's like she's almost legal. She might as well be with like when men sing about it.
Right. Well, hang on. ABBA, Dancing Queen.
Yeah, that's fine. Girls talking about girls.
2 girls, 2 boys.
Oh, that's right.
Right. Funnily enough, my dad's going to see ABBA.
Yeah, I just saw someone on my Insta feed. They're seeing ABBA. It's like
It's an ABBA experience.
Yeah, it still looks. I would love to go.
So your friend's going to London?
It's not my friend. It's just someone I follow on Instagram. But yeah, they're not from there. They traveled to.
Oh, seriously?
See it, I'm sure.
Yeah, my dad's going.
God, I'm jealous.
This weekend. I think he's going Saturday. So it's in London. My older brother's taking him. He bought my dad this ABBA experience for Christmas, I think, but happens to be falling on his birthday weekend.
Oh, perfect.
Sweet. So he's going this weekend. I looked it up because I was curious.
Oh, yeah, he shares birthday with Aaron.
With Aaron, same day, 26. So I was like, Dad, so is this ABBA, real ABBA? And he said, no, it's hologram ABBA.
Yeah, but have you seen it?
No.
It looks amazing.
I would assume, yeah. Like it's full on. Apparently they recorded the group over 5 weeks on tour or something. And then they're reproducing that into a hologram version.
Yeah.
With the music and a 10-piece band to bring you the complete ABBA experience.
So bad. I saw this probably a year ago, if not more, because it feels that long. I saw like a promo or a trailer or something for it. And I was like, what? Wait, what's going on? And then, yeah, it looks so real. They look real.
I can imagine.
Either way, it's like, I mean, because I went to an ABBA just like dance party.
So you like it,
and
ABBA?
That was fun, just blasting ABBA and dancing. Yeah. So I can't imagine if it's like with the hologram, with the whole band. Like, I would go just for that.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't see, I get the hologram thing because me and JB were supposed to go see Queen.
Right.
With, what's his name? Adam Lambert. Yeah. This was like 2020 and then COVID happened and we had to like put that off. We were going to take Dad.
This.
Yes, it was a bit of an ordeal. Didn't end up going. That's a side story. But the thing about the concert, because I did look that one up, is that they were doing a Freddie hologram.
Oh, shit. So no Adam Lambert?
Well, yeah, Lambert was doing the heavy lifting.
Oh, there's going to be like a little moment when he comes out.
Yeah, Freddie hologram comes out and they do a Freddie thing.
Yeah, when they first started doing holograms, I was a bit... Because I think they were a little bit scarier in the beginning.
I think they've improved.
It was like, help me, Obi-Wan. It was very
like glitching out a little bit.
Yeah. Because I think, didn't they do one for like Michael Jackson?
Oh, now that I'd go see.
That was like early days, like right, because he was like on tour when he died, or he was supposed to finish a tour, something like that.
He's been dead a while now.
Yeah, and then I think they did like a hologram, and it was just kind of like
didn't land so
very
well.
obviously hologram, kind of spooky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to show you after we're done the abo specifically. It looks so real.
Yeah, I think the tech has leveled up.
I wish they'd come here. I mean,
Well,
how hard is it?
Why not, right?
Get some holograms. Yeah. Seriously.
I mean,
maybe one day.
That it just means that they could bring all the people that the artists that you had wanted to see, and we looked up. Me and JB looked up some concerts the other night. It's like let's go see some live shit, right?
Yeah.
And we're like, who do you want to see? And we said, well, I'm not really willing to travel that far.
I know.
What's local? How far do we have to go? So we looked at Charlotte. We looked at Atlanta. Don't particularly like going to Atlanta. Just don't. Me either. Yeah, it's just not my place.
Yeah.
And then and
it's just a little too far for me.
It's too far. Yeah.
I'd go for like Taylor or someone massive.
Sure.
But
Sure.
Yeah, I'm not going to go for just anyone.
Anyone.
Yeah.
So we looked at Charlotte and there wasn't really anyone drawing us enough. Mm-hmm. And then you look slightly further afield and you think, well, hang on, there's the flight. There's the accommodation. There's this. And it all adds up. And you're like, fuck, I ain't spending $2,000 all in.
Yeah.
The ticket price.
I know. Then it's like, we might as well make it a whole trip. And then that's just more money, more time.
Yeah. So we were like, so this whole hologram thing, you know, for artists that you always wanted to see, it kind of brings it it's a bit more accessible, isn't it? Right?
Yes. Well, how do you feel about holograms for people that are still alive?
Don't mind that.
Really?
Yeah.
Then how does that work?
What do you mean?
If Harry Styles, doesn't feel like doing a U.S. tour or doesn't want to come to bumfuck over here, right. And then he just sends a hologram version of himself.
Yeah.
Is he then getting paid?
Well,
as if he's there?
Well, probably not the full whack.
Right.
I think it's getting hologram rates.
As a fan, I'm going to see that when the real Harry exists elsewhere. Feels like weird. Just feels like a DJ set that's playing Harry Styles
or
music.
A tribute band.
Yeah. Oh God. I hate a tribute.
You don't like a tribute?
No.
I like a good tribute. Who doesn't?
If they're, well, no, I don't even know if I can say that.
Really? What?
The thing with tribute bands is like it's like cosplaying as
cosplay karaoke.
Yeah.
Right.
If they didn't like try to dress and act and look like the people.
Yeah.
This maybe is stemming from my improv thing again of like, It's just kind of corny to me. Yeah, so I don't know if I like a tribute band for that reason.
We saw like a Bowie tribute over at the Peel there.
Yeah.
And of course, Bowie's not with us.
Right.
And I've also seen a Queen tribute.
Yeah.
And it was just, I love the music of Bowie and I love Queen. So it was a way to get that. And once I just ignored what was going on the stage, the actual sound was good.
Yeah.
And of course, once I take my glasses off, I can't see anyway. So it was like very blurry.
And it's always just slightly off, right? Because it's not the person.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And I think that's what takes me out of it a little bit. Because I went to a Nirvana one once. Not my idea, but I went. And it was like the guy was, looked and was acting like Kurt Cobain and they had the whole thing. But it was like not quite.
Not quite.
And then I was like, oh, this is just a grown man up here for like pretending to be Kurt Cobain. Yeah, it just kind of took me out. But for people who are dead like that, I get it.
Yeah.
It's a way to experience that. But for me, I think I'm such a big fan girl that I would almost be like, it made me sad. I'm like, oh, but it's not quite.
Well,
it's like the name brand versus the generic version of them.
Sure. But isn't that to do with expectations? If you're going to see the real deal, what you get in. Your expectations are like really high. But if you go see the tribute or the holo, the holo's going to be better than the tribute band, right? So you'd expect that tribute band just lower the expectations, go in thinking,
I think that's why I'm like, I'm just not going to go.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because I don't want it to ruin.
Avoid the disappointment.
Like if there was like a Taylor Swift impersonator, I'd be like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But go on.
You go.
After you.
I was going to switch it entirely. I was just going to say, what about the dead people hologram? Because I said,
dude,
people who are still alive.
Yeah.
Is weird and weird. I don't know what's weirder, or people who are dead, because then you fall into that whole like, okay, now who's actually getting the money for this?
But yeah.
It's like, the family, the estate, or whatever.
Yeah.
But I find that because even there's like, I find it weird with, they do it all the time with rappers. Like
Biggie's got a hollow?
No, similar but different thing than hollow. Like a rapper will die and then someone will find all this like unfinished music.
Yeah.
And then release it,
Right.
mix it, maybe finish it in the way that whatever, and then release it.
The hidden tapes.
As a whole album, like, but they're already dead. Well, how did you actually do this? Then does it feel permission? Like an invasion? Because if I had like, it's almost like I died and then someone went through all my journal entries and then published them as blogs. It's like, no.
Yeah.
I didn't release this for a reason. Also, if it's unfinished, then are you just finishing it assuming what I would want, but it's not what I would want?
Well,
and then who's making the money off of it?
Who's making the money? It's like, say
weird.
We both died, right?
Yeah.
Right? Just croaked, fell over, died. And you know, this... So someone was like, dang, that podcast was so fucking good.
Yeah, I miss it.
Let's see what they cut. What's on the floor
right.
here? Let's go into some of that cut stuff. And then they suddenly start editing and putting the shit together and then release that. And then there's suddenly they're making bank out of this thing.
Yep. Yeah, I would just let me stay dead. You know?
Yeah, I don't want to know about
dead.
it. Don't want to know about it.
It also feels like the Marvel movies shit of it all, of just, let's milk this for all it's worth.
Yeah, they are milking. It's a cash cow that's being milked,
weird.
that one.
Yeah.
Over milked. The udders are sore. Leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
But going on that old hollow thing.
Yeah.
I thought you were going with that whole sort of hologram for your relatives and stuff like that.
See, I would not want that, I don't think. But, you know, wait.
Yeah, wait. You should wait.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, I'd like to say I wouldn't like it for the same reason I wouldn't want to see my favorite band in a hologram. It would just be like, but it's not quite them.
Yeah.
But you probably would love that.
Yes. Well, I've considered it.
Yes, you talked about this. And then you were talking about that AI thing.
Project November or December. One of the two. Project December, probably.
You like input all of these conversations or whatever with someone, and then it learns how to talk like them, and then you can talk like them.
That's it.
Which that's tricky.
It's a can of worms. I think it depends where you are on your journey, like on your grief journey, and if you're ready for it, and if you're to a point, like I don't know how it would affect me. I like the idea of it, but the actual, if I put it into play, only time would tell pretty quickly how I would actually respond to it. But if you've got kept recordings, audio, video of the person that has died, as you said, feed it into this AI, and then it produces, I don't know if it's quite hollow.
No, I think it's probably just like voice.
It's on your phone.
Yeah.
And it's like, they put it all together, and it would be like having a conversation with that person. So you would say something or type something, and then you get a response that's been put together by the AI based on everything that you've input, like how that person would speak, their tone, kind of phrases and things like that. So it sounds weird as anything.
It makes sense. It's like a duh, why wouldn't you want this?
Yeah.
But it's...
And also, why would you want that?
It's the thing of you're toying with death in a way, you know, I don't think it's very safe or smart to do that, you know?
Yeah.
It is what it is. Everyone has to accept it. And then you start, messing around with that. It's Black Mirror-y in a way.
Oh, it's definitely Black Mirror.
But it's great. I mean, if AI can be used to do this, cool. I think it should be used, you know, under the supervision of like a therapist or something. You have to like...
Good point.
Have someone there. You can't just have full access to it all the time. You know?
It's not
or
for
forever.
Public use.
Because then didn't you say like they will die again, basically?
Well, I think that's why it's called Project December, is that it's the lifespan of this avatar of your loved one is going to die also. So it kind of, I think the idea of it, it gives you closure. So it's kind of like this, it gives you an extra time to say goodbye. So let's just say the loved one, you weren't able to say goodbye for whatever reason. They were killed quite quickly, or in my case, they had dementia, so you lost them over a longer period of time. So there wasn't that real time to say goodbye.
Yeah.
So I think that's the point of it.
So then would you feel, because it's not the actual person, it's not the actual goodbye you would have had. Mm-hmm. Would it still work, do you think? Would you still be able to be like, yep, I got closure, even though it's not really that person?
I feel that what happened for me.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for there's no happy ending out of what happened.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I can't rewrite it or change it or...
No. Go on.
Then to me, it would just feel like even more confusing and weird.
Confusing, yeah.
Because it's like, this isn't actually what they would have said.
Yeah.
Or is it? Because then there's some, maybe you're on bad terms with someone when they died. And then you do this, and then it's like the AI is not...
Right.
Doesn't know that or something. So it's
saying.
not the actual goodbye you would have had, which I think you get more from the real one.
The real one. You're trying to basically rewrite what happened. And if, let's just say your I love the idea of what you're saying with the therapist should be suggesting this under a supervised, conditions, if they feel that this is the only thing that could work for you to get you over this thing that is really eating you up, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, for me, it's some kind of, if something's a little bit dark, or I'm attracted to poking that and exploring that, and kind of like a morbid fascination.
Yeah, I get that.
It's like, well, that's weird.
It's also like the thing of like when you want to be sad.
Yeah.
Let's lean in.
Let's
watch the sad movie. Let's listen to the sad song.
Yeah.
Let's talk to my dead relative. Like I totally see that, and it's the curiosity. Yeah, I'd be like
curiosity. Yeah.
What would they say? What would they...
It's risky.
It is risky. It is risky.
I think it's not a one size fits all, and there's lots of downside, possible upside, but lots of downside, how that's going to affect your psyche.
Slippery slope, because then if this AI dies, it's like, what, they're just dying again?
Yeah.
Because you could maybe be on this grief journey and you'd already done so much work. And then you become attached to this fake version of this person who then just dies again. And you're like, wait, what the fuck? It's like almost starting over.
Thank you.
From the start.
Yeah. I think we've just talked myself out of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I just...
Right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I said, though, the therapy thing could be good because there's so many different scenarios out there, and this could be...
I think it's got its place.
Good for someone.
Yeah, it's probably going to be good for some people to help them given their circumstances, individual circumstances.
Yeah.
If mine's just like my healing journey it's got to the point where it's quite healthy. Why would I want to like...
Exactly.
It's a snakes and ladders board. I've gone up a few ladders. Why would I hit a snake and go back down?
Exactly. Yeah. Especially with someone so important like your mom.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah. Maybe we'll just try it out with a pet first.
A pet?
Yeah.
What, Bella's talking to you?
Yeah. Woof, woof, woof. The usual barks and grunts and snorts.
Uh-huh.
I know what she's saying.
Food.
Dude, I miss my dog.
I know. I bet it. I bet.
You can bet all you like on it. It's true. Saw a dog the other day.
Yeah. You were like, I want a dog.
Where's my dog?
Where's my dog?
I want my dog back. Anyway.
Dude, where's my dog?
Dude. Sweet.
I'm sorry. Rich was in a good flow there, and I was squeezing this stress ball.
What's that? Stress
of a cat.
Stress cat.
And it was like just the face it was making.
Big facing.
Was killing me.
Yeah, puffy. Looks like a puffer fish. Are you focused or are you just de-stressing?
Yeah, I'm focused. It's so nice to have something in the hands.
Is it? I'll just get my cup of coffee.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I used to have one. It was this one right here, actually.
The purple one. What's that?
I took this one. It's also a cat. in the car with me when I went to Charlotte months ago, and I had to drive like by myself at a certain point, and I was like freaking out a little bit.
Yeah, they help.
And so I took it to see if it would help, and it did in the car, just to have like something to think about, you know.
Distraction.
Yeah. Focusing on that. And then I can't leave it in the car because it would probably just like melt or explode because it's made of whatever the fuck this is made of. So I take it out, took it in, took it out, and then I just forgot. I would love it to be in the car forever because it did help me.
Yeah. Can you not put it in the glove box?
Don't you think it would still get hot?
No, not in the glove box. Put it in there with your gloves.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Your driving gloves. Do you wear those?
I don't know what is even in here. It would explode. I have gloves. I just always forget about them. You know, I mean, another winter's gone and I did not use them at all.
Yeah. That's if they could like incorporate that stress thing, stress cat, into the driving gloves.
Yeah,
and
there
make it all in one. Well, hang on, dude. What if they just made the steering wheel out of the stress material, and then you just like really grip onto it?
God, they probably have
white knuckles, and then it just expands.
Yeah, or have little like fidget things on the steering wheel. That's also why I like it, because I'll be like pulling out the ear.
Yeah, we're just coming up with products today, things that you know companies can latch onto.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
We've just waffled on a bit, which is great.
Well, hang on. Go.
No, you go.
I'll go.
You said hang on.
After me.
Go on.
All right. There's no housekeeping today. Is that where you were going?
Yes.
Okay. Well, folks, we've rebranded.
Oh.
The housekeeping, you'll no longer hear a little knock on the door and people asking if we want... Yep, it's gone. Yeah.
Well, I had we did something a couple episodes ago that got cut that you guys heard a little bit of lead up to, and then found out that it got cut.
Yeah.
It was an improv bit.
Right. And you hate a bit of that and all.
During it was fine. And then listening back, I had the ick so hard. And I was just, I can't stand improv.
Wow.
It just gives me the ick. And so then the housekeeping bit, I would always kind of be like, over it.
Cringe.
And then Rich was like, well, it's like improv. So I think we're cutting that. But also, sorry. Also.
And another thing.
Housekeeping.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. Everyone calls it that.
Well, that's why we're rebranding, mate. We're calling it something else.
Yes.
Right.
And we realized we do this normally.
Yeah, at work.
And we're like, why the fuck didn't we think of this?
Like, okay, usually on a Monday morning mentions, we call it.
Just mentions. Any mentions for today?
Any mentions? Any mentionables?
Or like, I'll be leaving work. Any mentions for the day?
Yeah. And we thought about calling it something like burnt toast or some melted cheese or all the other things that were tea and toast is related. And we were like, let's just keep this norms. And so we just keep it. This is mentions, the mentions segment. So what you got? You got some mentions from last ep and just general mentions. You got any mentions to mention?
That's what I was going to ask you. Any mentions? I don't think so. I mean, I just finished the edit yesterday.
That's true.
And so everything's fresh. I don't really think there's any mentions.
Okay.
Because we did a lot of looking up during the episode. That whole math stuff and the prime,
I don't want to talk about the maths.
Numbers.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed.
I'm
embarrassed with that.
Who gives a shit?
Well,
math is for nerds.
My maths teachers, like, they reached out.
No, they didn't. They're probably dead.
Well dead.
Dead.
Yeah. I might get a hologram of my maths teacher.
Right, you can do an AI of them. Like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, oh, you're the smartest in the class. And you're like, no, I know this isn't real.
Anyway, about those prime numbers, you.
So, yeah, I don't, when we have those personal episodes, it's not hard to, but there's usually no mentions because just nothing to fact check about your own life,
I do have some.
You do have.
Funnily enough, I do have some that we can look at. Just some stuff I do want to clear up. But before we mention mentions, I just want to circle back real quick and say to you, because I've listened to the thing twice now, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to circle back with you because that was such a vulnerable episode for you. You went there, you were super brave, you had your superpowers on, and you went for it.
I did go for it.
So how are you, on reflection, the ep is now out, people are listening.
Yep, I know.
How does that make you feel?
Yeah, it was, where do I even start? I have not a lot of thoughts, but different thoughts about this. Because I did the recording, I was like, yep, fine. Edited, yep, fine. Published it even last night, yep, fine. Woke up this morning and I was like, that's out there.
Yep.
Which is still fine. But I was like, it just made me think, I wonder, because, you can do all the wondering while you're talking about it or editing of like, I wonder what people will think, or I wonder if anyone will say anything, or I wonder if this will hit anyone in a certain way, or all the wonders. And now that it's actually out,
the wonders of the world,
I'm like, ooh, real time. Like people are listening right now. I feel fine I don't like regret it, or
good.
I don't feel weird about it or uncomfortable. It's just a thought that I had of like, oh, people are listening. Yeah. Whereas I usually don't do that with the episodes.
Yeah, you don't. You're not that bothered. It's like, oh, it's out. I've heard it. I've done the edit. I'm sick of it. Let's just get it out there.
Yeah, but in terms of the vulnerability part and you saying, it's brave and all that, I was just having a conversation over the weekend with a friend, and we were talking about people just being straight up and this and that and being yourself, and we were both just like confused as to why people aren't like that, and having a whole conversation kind of relating to this. I think it was just because it was fresh in my brain, the vulnerability thing.
Sure.
I thought, why is it the brave thing? Why is it not normal? Everyone, I don't mind being the open, vulnerable, here's all my cards kind of, because that's just me.
Yeah.
Pick and choose, like, what part do you want to hide about yourself? It's like, why are we hiding anything?
Why? Yeah,
Let's
why?
just be fully open. This is me,
What did the other person say?
I didn't say this was in my head.
Okay.
After we had our conversation.
Okay.
But we also were talking about that, where I was like, because he was telling me about his sister who is struggling making friends, and she had this big falling out with a friend or something. And he was just like, he was asking me like, and then she said, girls are just like that. And he's like, what does that mean? And so then we were talking about girls versus guys relationship, like we were just talking about. He was like, I don't understand why people can't just be themselves and just be normal and real, and
no filters.
why are we and he's like, why are you presenting yourself in a way and then pretending to be friends with someone and not? So all those intricacies. And then I was talking about that, and then thinking about that afterwards of like, well, I guess I just did that with the ep.
You did, essentially. Yeah, you did that. But did you at that point, because you then, you had that in your mind that you just talked about that, and then you were having another conversation related to, did you draw any conclusions and summaries from that chat with that person? Like, because you're obviously doing a lot of wondering. Did you then come up with some takeaways?
I think takeaways just about this person.
Okay. Not in general.
Usually how I am. I was just like, oh, okay. Yeah, we learned a lot about each other. Right. And I was like, yeah, I like this. I like this. And he's a good friend of Aaron's. And the conversation started because he was talking about their friendship as dudes. And all the dudes and how they're all friends and how they talk about stuff. And I was like, I love it.
Right. Now, those dudes have known each other for quite some time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You think that helps to have that history? Or are you like, did it crop up like, why aren't people, not just dudes, why aren't people showing their cards up front and taking that step into the vulnerability space? Why is there not more of that happening? Did you come up with any?
Definitely, yeah. And I don't know if super conclusion. It was a thing of time for sure. And I think examples that they had in their life, like he had a sister in his life. So did Aaron. Like, I think that helps. Kind of forces you to do that, like, other thinking. Yeah. Maybe earlier than other men. And then you're not, because our whole a big takeaway we had was you have to have these other relationships, because then your partner can't do everything. They can't be all things for you. You need to be able to go to someone else.
Yeah.
your guy friends. Like,
draw
'cause
from
as a woman, I'm not going to relate to everything. I can try,
Right.
I can try to help you. You know, you just need your dudes for stuff. Same with girls. I need the girlfriends for some things, and it's not fair to put all of your shit on one person, a friend, a partner, or whatever. So, and then I said, if you know, have this relationship with your dudes, that's only going to make you a better partner for me.
For sure.
Because then you're going to...
For sure.
It's like you're, doing work.
Yeah, you're
understanding.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, and it's, like you say, it's unfair on your partner just because then you're saying you're not just the spokesperson, you know, for all males or all females. You know, you're not the representative and giving me the views of just that sex kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to then go to other sources and ask and then get their ideas and then you can take it all.
Yeah.
Just going back a little bit, the question of why people aren't so vulnerable, and it might take a little bit of time to feel comfortable. I think with vulnerability you need an element of trust, right?
Definitely.
You can't just go up to a stranger and just spill all your shit. You can't. I mean, I know some people do.
Yeah.
You know, in an airport, you know, it's that whole, I'm talking to a stranger, I'll never see them ever again.
Right.
And I'll just dish my whole life story if you want to hear it or not kind of deal.
Right.
But if there's people within, that you may see again or in a friend group, it's kind of like slowly, you know, not just go all in, throw all your chips in, like, here I am.
For sure. There's definitely... Yeah, you don't want to do it right away, maybe, because then there's the fear of scaring someone off. Even if, or just being, not even scaring, just being too much.
Too much, too soon.
Right away.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this is a weird in-between land where I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Someone that I trust. So I can be open and vulnerable. But then it's
to
going
everybody else who's
to
listening.
Literally the entire world. Anybody who wants to listen has access to it.
Yeah.
So then that's weird.
Weird, but interesting, right? So when we're chatting like this, it's the whole being vulnerable thing.
Yeah.
It's like we would have a chat off pod, right?
Yeah.
And we would just chat.
Yeah. Y'all should have heard what we said before the pod today.
Right? That's the stuff you really want to hear. So we would chat, but when we go then on pod, it's kind of like, I want to be vulnerable. Or is it a natural vulnerable? Or is it kind of like I don't know. I mean, I think people go vulnerable because they think if I give a little, it's that acceptance thing. Or if I give a little, then I might get a little. You know, then people might be vulnerable back. And if you both are offering a bit of vulnerability, you're showing each other, I think we've got some trust here. And then you can build off the trust.
Definitely. Yeah, that comes in normal relationships for sure. But not all the time is it like me sharing on the pod. I was just like, why not?
That was a leap.
Whatever.
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
Fair play to you.
Fair play. Also, I guess it's a little bit easier because it's like the past. I'm not like, this is happening right now.
Right.
That might be a little different.
Yes.
This is more of, I'm removed from it a little bit.
Through that.
You know?
Okay. Did make me think, which is great.
Yeah.
You know, I think if you've got people thinking, the fact that you opened yourself up and went vulnerable. Yeah. I hope that, some people, it makes people think and it can help. I think if that's the case, then I think that's well worth it. And plus, if it has benefits to you also, then win-win chicken dinner. Win-win.
You can't shorten it, then it doesn't rhyme anymore.
I can't. Hang
winner,
on.
Winner.
Let me bring that back a little bit.
Let's run it back.
Let's just say chicken dinner.
Okay. That would make sense for you. Shorten the rhyme.
Yeah. And then you just fill in the blanks.
And you just figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other mentions, I did quickly look this up and I did want to just go back to this because this is something I really wanted to expand on because we touched on this and we showed that we're pretty much dum-dums when it comes to maths. And the two sides of the brain.
Yeah.
Lefties and righties, right?
Yeah.
I just wanted to, here's the info I found. The brain is divided into two hemispheres.
Yes.
With the left and the right. And they perform distinct yet interconnected functions.
Right.
Right. Generally, the left hemisphere is associated with logical thinking, language, and sequential processing, while the right hemisphere is associated with spatial reasoning, creativity, and holistic processing.
Huh.
So lefties, that's not us. Logic, language, math, analytical thinking, problem solving.
Well, we have some of these.
Some of these.
Logic, problem solving, analytical.
I'm not going to
thinking
exclude myself, but this is what the left side of the brain's
Sorry,
known
I'm getting
for.
defensive already.
I know. Hold on. Linear thinking and sequential tasks. See that? I can see some of that with you.
Yeah, sequential tasks.
Yeah.
For sure.
I finish this and I move on to this.
Yep.
Examples: reading, writing, speaking, calculating, understanding grammar and syntax, and analysing data. See, I'm not going to say I don't do any of that because I do.
I have everything except for
the math.
the math. Yeah, what's happened there? It's like just a it's an empty spot over there.
Perhaps it just needs awakening a little bit.
Yeah,
Some
maybe.
of it.
I think it's like the way that it's taught or the way that it is. Something on the right side is like blocking it or something.
Or
you
a
know
dominance.
What I mean? Yeah, it's just like I could understand it, but there's like something to the way it just doesn't work. Something else is getting in the way of it.
Yeah.
You know, people who they have their learning techniques and stuff, and some people, I need to sing a song about it, then I'll remember it.
That's their way of doing it.
And that's like the right side of the brain making up for this thing that's lacking on the left.
Yeah. And then once you find success in doing that certain part, the brain works like that. And it's like, oh, that worked for me. Then you're going to default to that again rather than, what if I tried to math it?
Yeah.
Or no, that didn't work. Doesn't work generally. I'll sing a song about it. Right side, righties. Focus, creativity. See if any of this resonates with you. Creativity, intuition, spatial awareness, imagination, artistic expression, musical ability, and emotional understanding.
Wow.
Is that all you?
Some people are really walking around here with no right side of their brain.
Right.
Right? Because I know a lot of people who have none of that. None of that. I hate to say it.
Yeah.
The right side of politics. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, the spatial awareness, that pisses me off so much.
Tell me more.
When you're in a public space, you walk into the grocery store and someone's just stood there in the middle of the doorway with their cart and they're looking at the pamphlet or something. I'm like, oh, is this your private grocery store? This is your home? There's other people here. Please get up. And then they have no awareness of anything.
I was going to say, is that spatial awareness or just awareness of other people? A lack of.
Yeah, maybe. And they're probably people who have no emotional intelligence either. They have no...
Just thinking about themselves. Yeah, I was in the store just yesterday, right? Come out the store and, the slidey doors and the person that has the buggy and they're in the centre taking up all the room and they get out and they stop.
Yeah.
Stop. What's up with that? Like, move away. This is a doorway.
They just don't. And I have downstairs, the coffee shop. I go down there. It's just full of these biking people, like packed, like sardines in there.
All in there, tight stuff and
I walk in, and the way that, you walk in and then you just go straight to the counter. And I walk in and standing there is like someone's ordering.
Yep.
And then in between me and them is this couple. And this woman's just like bent down, tying her shoes and like fixing her gear and then turning around and talking and pointing and doing all this stuff. And then just standing and like looking around, like seemingly doing nothing.
Right.
And I'm like, Gertie just had a little headbutt, faceplant.
You okay?
And I was 2 seconds away from being like, are you in line?
Yeah. Or you're just putting on a show?
She wasn't. I stood there for a minute.
Right.
And she was just in the spot where you would be if you're in line or about to order, and just totally unaware, in the way, didn't even know I was standing there probably, or did and just didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, get the fuck out of here. Then I had the thought of like, well, these are how these people are on the road. This is just your whole personality.
You're right.
These biking people.
Carries over to,
Because who in their right mind thinks, I'm going to go on the road and ride my bike.
Don't get me started.
Get in the way of everyone else.
Yes.
And that's how of course they operate in their day to day like that.
I am the center of the universe.
It made me realize, I was like, oh,
yeah.
This is just your personality type.
It's funny how it carries over from the road to the coffee shop like that.
Which it makes sense, right? Like if I'm the kind of person who, you know, I like to talk a lot and get down to stuff, of course I'm going to have a podcast. It's the same kind of thing of like,
yeah.
You do this, you probably also
it just makes
do
sense,
it here.
yeah.
Yeah. You're going to gravitate towards the hobbies and things that fit your personality.
While we're on this little bitch sesh, I don't know how we got there, but anyway, I'll hop back to this in a second. The spatial awareness. Let me ask you this. I was you know, in the car, you stop at the traffic lights, right? We'll start with this. So there's one of those motorcyclists, right? And it's the music.
Oh my God, boom.
The boom, boom, boom. And it wasn't just the, you know, usually you get the bass in the car, and that's annoying enough, right?
Yeah.
The boom, boom, boom. But then on the motorcyclists, they've got the whole, you can hear everything.
It's just out to the
world.
world.
It's just out to the world. Here's my music, guys.
Yeah.
I thought you might want to listen.
Yeah.
But what really got me was the tune and the lyrics. It was just fuck this, fuck that, the fucking, weird. And this, that, and the other. I'm like, I was instantly like, what if there's kids in the other cars?
Yeah.
And they're hearing all this.
Yeah.
You know, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, Mom, what's that mean? You know?
Yeah.
It was just no thought.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm approaching a red light. There might be other people who don't want to listen to my shit. Yeah. I'm going to turn that down as I approach.
Yeah. I know. I don't get it. I'm quick to say it's because they just like attention.
Well, sure.
You know? Yeah. But who knows? It could be they're just not thinking. They're unaware.
All of that.
Because I'm also kind of devil's advocate here of it's not my responsibility to like control the environment just because there's your kids around. Yeah. But I would never be doing what this person's doing just because I have more like, I don't know if it's good or bad, but I'm like, I don't want people to hear my music. You know, there's people who walk around with like a speaker blasting. And it's like, what are we doing here? That's why it's like, is it attention that you're just wanting? I don't get it because what's the point? Right. And that I get in a motorcycle, you have to have it probably loud so you can hear it.
What about earphones?
I know earphones.
You know, there's something called headphones. Yeah. You know, put them in.
Yeah. I don't know because you know, like people do it all the time. Like downtown Hendo, we used to sit there and people. People use that as like their own little personal parade, and they're revving up their car. They think is so cool, and they're blasting their shitty music.
It is just a look at me, isn't it?
It is just a look at me.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's kind of similar. Also, I feel like if you're riding a motorcycle, you're probably already got a little bit of a look at me personality.
Most likely.
Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but
well, don't get me wrong. I don't mind like pulling up the lights and. Hilarious when you see, you know, someone who's not playing loud music, but they're in their car, they're jamming away, they're singing their heart out.
See, and
love that.
I don't even do that.
Right.
I get a little bit self-conscious of that even. If there's a car next to me or I'm at a red light, I tone it down because I don't want it to be like, oh, haha, look at this person.
Look at me, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's that little rant anyway.
Anyways.
We've had our rants. We'll get that over with.
Yeah, sorry if there's any bicyclists listening.
Yeah, motorcyclists. Well, you know, we're not. We don't just have things about.
We're not.
I guess vehicles with two wheels.
Yeah.
Two-wheelist. That's us. This was interesting. Just hopping back briefly to the rights and the lefts of the brain. So, just important considerations of the brain. It's not a dichotomy. So, both hemispheres actually work together to interact and perform complex tasks. So it's drawing in both. It's not just you're either this or this. It's working as one kind of thing, which, you know, makes sense, right?
Yeah.
There's no brain dominance in personality. Now, while some individuals may have a preference for one side of the brain over the other, it's not a definitive way to categorize people or determine their personality.
I must disagree.
Yeah.
No. Makes sense. Yeah.
I guess.
It's kind of like you're just not scratching that itch, maybe.
What do you mean?
Like, everyone has the ability to do both, and they all can access both sides and the things that are on each side.
Yeah.
And certain things take both and all that. It's just, you're just not doing it. Like, could I be great at playing guitar? Maybe, but have I ever tried? No.
Right.
Do I want to? No.
Right.
So it's same like people who are just so like analytical and logical. They're like, well, that's just how I am.
Yeah.
I'm not good at painting, so I'm not an artist.
Right.
But it's like there's something else over there probably that you could tap into.
It's interests. Where do your
stay
interests
in your
lie?
own zone.
Yeah. Where am I having success?
Yeah. So then it feels like that other side's just not. Like if I worked really hard, I could probably be an accountant and understand it eventually.
Ooh, can you do our books?
No, fuck no. Oh, but it's like not what I want to do.
No. Yeah, that's it. It's like my interests don't like, it doesn't really spark interest in me. I'm not motivated by that. And I've only got so much time and energy. I want to put my energy and focus into things that I really do enjoy, which is the creative stuff. Well, we're still in the mentionables. Did that. I am busting for a pee, so hold that thought.
Yeah, we can pause for a pee.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pee pause.
while we're in a little segue.
Pee pause. Tea and Toasties is supported by Alphabet Art Photos.
Hello, Governor. Have you ever walked into a room and felt like something was missing in it? You know, that one blank wall that just screams for attention, but you have absolutely no idea how to fill it?
Oh, I know that feeling oh so well, y'all. It's like you want something unique and personal, but everything you find is just, well, generic.
Spot on, geezer. We have the perfect thing for you. Alphabet Art Photos is a small biz on Etsy that's sprucing up wall decor with their niche alphabet photography.
Yeah, I hear those folks create beautiful personalized art by using photos of everyday objects that resemble letters of the alphabet. Y'all can spell out your's name, a favorite word, or even a meaningful date, such as a wedding, graduation, even when you folks get to retire. It's like having a piece of art that's truly yours.
Imagine strolling into your living room and spotting a sorted, personalized piece that not only fills the space, but also kicks off a bit of conflab, innit? It's a brilliant way to dazzle your guests and make your gaff feel more like, well, you.
And Lord, it don't stop there. I reckon Alphabet Art Photos can transform any room. Your office, your bedroom, heck, even your kid's playroom into a space that shines brighter than a silver spur on a brand new pair of my dancing boots.
Also, supporting this lot means you're supporting a vibrant small business on Etsy. You're not just buying art, you're investing in someone's proper dream. And I know they'll be chuffed to bits.
Well, I do declare, if you're chomping at the bit to turn those blank walls into a masterpiece that reflects who you are, head over to Alphabet Art Photos on Etsy. Trust us, your future self will thank you.
Yes, mate. Make your space uniquely yours and let your walls do the talking. Use promo code TNT30 at checkout for 30% off your order of Alphabet Art Photos. That's etsy.com/shop/Alphabet Art Photos, promo code TNT30.
So,
right, mentions.
Back on the mentions. And
the brain stuff. You go.
Well, I mean, I just wanted to ask you, because I know this has been going on for, a couple of weeks now. And we've both been a little concerned about something.
Don't leave the witness, bury the witness yet. Or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
They don't know anything.
No, I know. All right, you're going to have to just give us some backstory before you get to the punchline on this.
So.
Anyway, 2 bits of cardinal news.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys remember, what was this, few episodes ago, I was talking about the bird feeder I have in the window, and
we went out and looked at it.
Yes, and I'm obsessed with these birds. I'm loving the birds, all these things. And during a break on one of the previous episodes, we saw these 2 cardinals, and the man and the woman, and he was feeding her the seed, and super cute.
Was cute.
And so ever since then, I've just been like obsessed with these 2, watching them. They do it all the time. They do it daily. I'm like, oh, there they are. They're back. And then I was talking to my friend Jamie, shout out. Yeah, she has one of those feeders that has the camera that I've been wanting, but maybe I'll invest one day.
Yeah, you need one of those.
I need one. And it, it like can identify the birds through the camera.
That's amazing.
And I mean, it's right there.
So it's kind of like the app that we have talked about.
Yeah, with the sound
on
and
the
stuff.
feeder.
Yes,
That's
and it's like
insane.
just a little camera, so they don't know what a camera looks like.
Yeah,
so
no.
they're right up
Yeah.
in their
Yeah, yeah,
personal. And so she's been posting videos on her Instagram story, and I've been like, ugh.
I need to see those.
And so I'm like replying, and
Yeah.
we're talking about birds, and we're all in it on the birds. And she told me last time I saw her, she said that cardinals mate for life.
Right.
And I was like, oh my God.
that
makes
that couple
sense.
that you've been
Yeah. And I've been
spotting.
calling them like husband and wife.
Yeah.
But literally, they're for life.
Yeah.
When she told me that, like the next day, I refilled the feeder. And usually the cardinal, it's like he runs this place. He's the first one there. He's keeping watch. He's feeding his girl. I didn't see him.
Scaring off the other
I
birdies.
was like, okay, I didn't see him for a while. Didn't see him for a couple of days. Started to get a little concerned. And then I saw just her. And I was like, oh no.
Just when a little bit of something set in, you're like a little bit.
That's when I was like, when I wasn't
concerned.
seeing both of them, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, they had their babies.
Where's the
or
dude? Yeah.
They went elsewhere. Who cares? Found a better feeder. I'm cool with that.
Right.
But yeah, then I just saw her. And she was doing her thing on her little branch, like waiting.
Yeah.
And he wasn't there. And I was like, this is strange.
Yeah.
And then that happened again. And I was like, tell me something didn't happen to him. I was getting sad.
Because it's not his job to go sit on the eggs, is it? She does that bit.
Yeah.
He gets the food
Yeah.
and feeds her,
Yeah.
makes her strong and stuff.
And then the fact, like, she wasn't going to the feeder. She was just sitting there, like, waiting.
Waiting
And then
for
I
a
was
man
like,
to do it.
okay, this is weird. Where is he? And then, like, the next day, Gertie was in the window, like she always is. Not on the bird feeder, just on a separate window.
Yeah.
She's, like, tail wagging, looking like she's really looking at something. I'm like, ooh, what is it? Is it a bird? I'm looking out there. There's a cat back there. Like, which is kind of an odd place for a cat. It's
To be
kinda
wandering
hard.
back there,
It's a
yeah,
little
for sure.
bit of a terrain.
Yeah.
And I'd never seen it before. And they're staring at each other, Gertie and the cat. And then the cat just like keeps going. And then in that moment, I was like, oh my God, tell me this cat ate this cardinal.
Right,
I'm
right,
going to be
right.
so
So that's
upset.
where you went with that. I mean, you would.
Yeah.
There's like, I've got to, where's my cardinal?
Where is he?
I haven't seen him for a few days. Oh, there's a cat. Connect those dots.
And
Fuck.
she's
Yeah.
alone. Oh my God, it made me sad. And then after finding out they mate for life, it made me even more sad. So then, of course, I literally Googled, like, why haven't I seen the male cardinal? And Google
Top
honestly
search.
said some good things. Like, you know, if there are eggs, he's probably near the nest, just protecting,
Yes, yes.
shooing other birds away and all this stuff. And then I thought, well, maybe, you know, my little sunflower seeds aren't enough to now support a whole family. He's probably out there getting worms and bigger things,
stuff.
maybe.
Yeah.
I had all these theories, and then I still didn't see him, and I was like, I think he's just gone. Because then I saw a finch, and the male finch has a little bit of red on him, and he was at the feeder, and as soon as he landed on the feeder, the female cardinal came and sat on her branch.
He was giving a little bit of cardinal
And
vibe.
she was looking at him in a weird way. And then she flew closer to him.
Like,
And it was
is that
almost
you?
like it dawned that it wasn't him, and she flew away.
Dang.
And I was like, this isn't helping my theory. I was like, he's dead. He's dead. I
He's
was
dead.
so sad.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm about to have to go over there and be her new husband. I was so distraught.
So would you have done that? Would you have given that
If
service?
I could get up there on that mountain, I might have.
Worn some red and
Yeah.
then gone over with, put some like sunflower seeds in your beak and started to feed
I
her.
might have. Oh, man. It made me sad. But then yesterday, I sent Rich videos. I've been talking about this
For
to
a
everyone.
couple of weeks,
I'm kind of
right?
psycho about it. Yeah. And then yesterday I saw him. He's alive. Unless it's a new man. But I saw him.
Not on
I'm
Easter
gonna
Monday.
Say it's him. Right? He is risen. Jesus. Okay.
Jesus. Oh,
Oh my. We gotta stop.
stop.
So I saw him, but I didn't see him on the feeder. I just saw him down a ways from the feeder, like the opposite end of the feeder. And he was just like, I saw him in a fleeting moment, like land on the tree
Yeah.
and then fly away.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, proof of life. That's all I need.
Did she see him?
Probably, they're probably, like I said, he's probably found something at better. Or
Okay.
other theory I had
Yeah, go.
was Gertie the other day. Usually she just sits and watches from the ground on the couch and just looks at these birds or doesn't see him half the time. And the other day I'm sitting there with her and she, for some reason, just had a wild hair. And she jumped up on the ledge and was like trying to grab these birds like through the glass. And of course that scared the bird away.
Yeah.
And the cardinal has always been the most vigilant. Whenever he's on the feeder, even if I move, he can see me moving around in the apartment. He'll fly away.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, if Gertie did this to him, he's like, nope,
out
not
of there.
Coming back. Not a safe space to be.
Yep.
Got to protect my family.
So that's it. He probably went looking. He's like, this source is compromised. You know, there's a fucking cat there. I'm not going to risk it for a biscuit. I'm going to go elsewhere.
Yeah.
I'm going to find some mealworms.
Which is fine. I don't care. As long as
some other
he's
bits
alive.
And bobs. Well, that's the main thing, right? Because it was panic stations for a little while.
It was just going to make me sad.
Yeah.
I mean, if it wasn't the mate for life thing, I probably would have been like, she'll find another one. She'll be okay.
Right.
Single mom, she can do it. Yeah, it's fine.
Soldier on.
But then I was like, no, like they're in love.
Yes, I know.
So anyway, that's solved.
A murder mystery case. Well, it had a happy ending.
It did.
Case closed?
Case closed, for sure. Case closed.
Not a cold
case.
case.
The case. Although I would like him to come back.
I'd like to see, like, proof of life, really.
I know.
Just to make sure it's him.
No, I'm saying it's him. It's got to be.
It's him.
But it's kind of a nice silver lining that he's not there as much because now, not that he was ever mean or territorial or anything. I think he was just eating it all.
He was owning it back there, yeah.
But now there's other ones like the titmouse, which is my favorite guy.
Now everybody gets to go. Yeah. What's that one look like?
Oh, he's so cute.
Is he the blue?
He's sort of bluish gray.
Okay.
It's called tufted titmouse, so he has a little tuft on his head.
I've seen him. Yep.
He's a little smaller, round, kind of. So cute. But I was getting a little bit like, screw these guys, because they would fly, pick up a thing, and like fly away. Yeah. I didn't get to look at them for very long.
Right.
I'm like, why are you just dipping in and out? Are you scared?
Just
and
dippers.
then I learned that they are hoarders.
Oh.
They take the seed and they take it away to some place that they're hoarding these seeds.
So they get in, take the seed, leave it, go back in.
Other birds sit there and they eat. They crack the shells open. They have a whole feast on the feeder for a good while. But these just fly in, fly out.
I think that's quite smart.
It is smart.
Yeah.
So they're hoarding.
Yeah.
And then they also
Hoarders
take this
of the bird world.
Seeds back to like a rock and they're like banging it, cracking it open that way. Jamie posted a video of them. She had 2 on her feeder and they were banging the seeds on the feeder.
Huh.
I replied, of course. And I was like, oh my God, these are my favorite. Cute. I just learned that they do this.
All right. Well, Tea and Toast is now, we've changed. We're rebranding into Birdwatch podcast.
Tweet and tweeters.
We're the tweeters. We'll be tweeting about this later on our account.
Yep.
Any more to add on bird life?
No, I don't think so. Still loving it, but I haven't seen many a bird. Really, I think Gertie's
well, it's raining today.
Ruining it. Which is funny because I bought it for her originally.
Right, to see what she can't have.
To see the birds.
Yeah.
But no, that's it. That's it on bird watch.
We have bird segment. Maybe this will be a weekly thing. We don't know yet.
Hey, if there's enough to report, I will be reporting it. Trust me.
All right. Well, I found my bird binoculars the other day.
Yes, you did. Oh.
We got our bird feeder, and I was set out the back the other day. Lovely day, having a bit of lunch, and I had my bird binoculars.
I was going to say bird binoculars.
And I was just like zooming in so I could see, and I saw the chipping sparrow.
Chipping sparrow.
The American robin. Yeah.
I don't see the robin. We don't have the robin here.
Oh, we have the one that kind of just...
He's a big boy.
He's a big boy. Not like the UK robin. He's a much smaller fella with the red breast.
Yeah.
The American robin is like 2 or 3 times the size of that. I know a lot about him because that's the one that just headbutts and headbutts our back door, crashes into
crazy.
The glass.
Yeah. They had a robin slamming into their glass back door for like a couple weeks.
Oh, more.
That was so wild. I remember I came over for work one day and you're like, oh, that's just our little friend. I'm like, what's happened? And he just started doing that
I know.
one day.
We tried all sorts to stop that behaviour.
Yeah, a little picture of an owl.
We put I printed one off. I googled picture of owl, please, and printed one off and put it in behind the glass, so he would like think, "Ooh, there's an owl. I better not headbutt that."
I don't know why we still don't know why he was doing that.
Well, he's not been back this year.
He was a maniac.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's extended bird watch. Bird hour.
That's gonna stay. God, that was 15 minutes of bird.
Wow. Speaking of birds, how was your Easter?
We had, a hangout disguised as Easter. I mean, we need to get into religion, but...
Oh, well, there's another thing.
Don't
get me started.
Please don't.
No.
Yeah, we just went to my parents on Saturday. They wanted to do something. They want to do it on Sunday, and I said, "Can we just do it on Saturday and call it Easter?
Easter Saturday.
I don't want to do it on Sunday."
Yeah.
So we went over there on Saturday. My mom hid eggs, which I didn't know about.
She did?
Yes.
Sweet.
We had
little
a little
chocolate ones.
Adult Easter egg hunt. She did the plastic ones she put candy and some cash in some of them.
Cash? What was top prize?
$5.
Meh.
I know.
Oh, what about the Benjamins?
I
Why
got
were they
that
not
one
in there?
though.
You did?
It was the golden egg.
Okay. Where were like the trickiest places to find them?
They were all outside in the backyard. And there was like, they were in the little plants, in the planters, inside the grill.
Good one.
In like the garden. Yeah, just all around there. So yeah, that was a fun little surprise. So we all got some candy and stuff.
Nice. So actual Easter Sunday is actually egg hunting day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you did yours on the Saturday.
Yeah. When we were kids, we used to dye eggs every year. The hard-boiled eggs, color them.
Yeah.
And then my parents, or the Easter bunny, would come and hide the eggs, that morning or the night before, I'm assuming morning, the eggs that we dyed, the real hard-boiled eggs, around the house.
Yeah.
Which I love that, which we had a whole conversation about this on Saturday about these days, or I don't know, you see it all, I've seen them in real life, when you just go to like an Easter egg hunt and their eggs are just everywhere on the yard for all to see. None of them are hidden.
Well, these are probably like
they're just strewn about.
3-year-olds, aren't they?
No, older-ish kids. And the kids, it's like greed. All they want is like the candy inside, or the money, or the toy, or the whatever.
Well.
But for me, when I was a kid, we never did that. It was only the real eggs.
Oh, okay.
The fun was finding them.
Fun is the process.
I didn't give a shit about what was in it, because nothing was in it. It was a hard-boiled egg.
Yeah. Right. I know what I'm getting here.
Yeah.
No surprises.
I never really did the Easter egg where there's like prizes inside.
You guys do the big chocolate egg with all the nice candy inside that. We do themed eggs, like you could get a Cadbury's chocolate flake egg. We could get a Snickers bar egg.
Oh, no.
We could get a Mars bar egg.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Are you leading up to Easter?
Oh.
You're like, what am I going to get this year? It's a big thought thing.
Interesting.
Yeah, and your parents are like, which one do you want this year?
Oh, fun.
Like, yeah, I'll get the Maltesers. My favourite was, I think, Cadbury's chocolate buttons. Buttons. They're little chocolate buttons in a pack, and they put it in the big chocolate egg. And then that's what Mum would give us that. We didn't really do so much the egg hunt. It's like, here you go, here's your thing.
Right. Yeah, we had the Easter basket with candies or whatever, our favorite stuff.
Yeah.
Did y'all do anything for Easter? JB was back in town.
JB was back. Yes, she is back.
JB was back.
Look who's back. Yeah, she went away.
Yeah.
For a week.
She's gone for a week.
We should swap notes a little bit on how we both got on our week aways. Well, we didn't go away, but our other halves went away.
Yep.
And how we both dealt. JB went on her White Lotus vacation.
Yeah.
3 girls. They went to White Lotus, Mexico.
Yeah.
Funny that we were just watching White Lotus just before she left for vacay.
Yeah.
And kind of joking about
Season 3, no spoilers. I haven't seen it yet.
Season 3, really good. It's a slow burn.
Yeah.
But it does build and build and build.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aaron's on season 2. We have one episode left, I think. He hadn't ever seen it, so he's catching up. Because I was like, I want to watch season 3. If you want to watch it with me, will you watch the first 2? And he's like, yeah, I'll watch the first 2. He loved the first season. That's probably my favorite too.
First, yeah.
It just is the most like...
And it was new.
Feels like it's ramping up the whole time.
The whole time.
Yeah. And then I do like season 2. But Aaron was like, I'm kind of ready for this one to be over. He didn't really like it as much. Huh. So I'm interested to might not like. I'm waiting for the end of season 2 because I think that's when he'll be like, oh my God.
Oh, right.
Because it gets kind of crazy.
Yeah, it gets kind of crazy. And then season 3 again starts very,
yeah.
Okay, let's get to this, please. I like character build, but let's get on with it. I want more action, some stuff happening, please.
For sure.
So you don't get that until a little bit into 3.
I want to feel like, something's going on the whole time.
I know.
Like last night, we were on the second to last episode and like certain things are happening and he's like looking over at me and I'm like, because I already know.
Yeah, where it's
like,
going.
Ooh. He's like, this whole show, he's like, this is just giving me anxiety. Or he said something funny along those lines. I'm like, yeah, that's the point. He's like, he said, he was like, this is just stressing me out.
Yeah.
I'm like,
it is a stress.
And that's what I like.
Yeah.
I want to be like stressed the whole time.
That's what I want from a show.
Yeah. And I want to be thinking and what's going on and what's happening next. And
And we didn't get that from Severance season 2. That was a letdown. Massive. You've been recommending this one for me and JB for quite some time. And we started it because now we've got HBO.
Yeah.
Because of White Lotus.
Yeah.
We finished that.
Yeah.
JB got back from vacay.
Yes.
And we rounded out White Lotus.
Yep.
We thought, what's next? Mm-hmm. And you told me about Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah, just the other day.
But we wanted a trailer. JB's like, I need to see a trailer first.
Yeah, what's it about?
There isn't one. Okay. So then we were like, what about this? The Last of Us.
Oh, I don't think I told you about that one.
Which,
Everyone's
The Last of Us?
on it.
Everyone's on that one?
Yeah.
You've seen it though?
No, season 2's out right now, so it's like more like buzzing around.
Right.
Everyone loved season 1. I'm a big gamer.
Yeah.
I never played the game, but I know it was very like 1-to-1 kind of for the game, which is sweet.
Okay.
Part of me, my gamer brain was thinking I want to play the game first and then watch it.
Sure.
So then I'm like, oh, the references. I love knowing what's going on, you know? But I didn't do that. And anyway, I started it. First episode I thought was great of season 1. By the second episode, I was already bored. I didn't finish it and I never went back.
Second episode.
I got bored.
Okay.
Real bored, real quick.
Huh.
So I never went back to it. So I'm not watching it.
Well, we started it, enjoyed the first one, and we were like, well, they crammed a lot in there on the first one.
Yeah.
Episode.
That's what I thought. And I was like, hell yeah, this seems like it's going to be a good show.
Yeah.
Just wasn't for me, I don't think.
I mean, it's not, I don't like a zombie.
Yeah, I don't mind a zombie.
Yeah. It's not, if zombies are involved, I'm like, give it a swerve. But this one, I was like, well, there's not many zombies so far. So
right. I don't think it's very zombie. It's very story.
Very character driven.
Yeah.
I like, the bond forming between the two main characters so far. And I think there's going to be more in it than just, here's a zombie.
Yeah.
And
okay.
deal with the zombie.
Well, maybe after you guys watch this one, you'll want to watch Fallout finally.
Finally.
Because that's the one I have actually been.
That's the one you've been talking about.
Yes.
Okay, I got confused. I was like, Sabrina
Fallout's the other
one.
one based on a video game.
Yeah.
That was one of the best shows I watched last year.
All right. And where can I find that?
That's on Prime.
Oh, well, I got that.
Yeah.
All right.
And what's his name's in it? Walton Goggins. Oh, I guess you would know. He's in Righteous Gemstones as well.
Goggins? And he's also in White Lotus?
Yes.
Yeah.
The third season. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. He's having a moment right now.
He is, isn't he? He's everywhere.
He's everywhere.
Oh, go Goggins.
Mm-hmm. Go Goggins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go.
Go.
No, you go.
Well, I'll go. Well, so we were just saying about swapping notes on.
Oh, yeah. Well, I feel like extensively already about mine.
All right.
Right?
Yeah.
I definitely did when Aaron was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, JB, she was away for what? About a week? A bit less.
Yeah.
And I've said before that I can hang with myself.
Right.
I no problem. And I don't need many distractions because I've got the main distraction, which is work.
Yep.
I can just dive full into that.
Yeah.
And it keeps me occupied as long as I,
Yeah.
and I don't particularly get bored with it.
Yeah.
So I found myself doing a lot of that at the beginning of the week.
Yeah.
I was just piling into that, and I really enjoyed my evenings as well. I didn't switch TV on once.
Whoa.
I know. I think I've realised that the TV watching is our thing. So I would make dinner, and I've also discovered that making dinners for one is no fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, you got to do it for two or more. For me, making food for someone, it's like, I'm enjoying this. This is my expression of love, is to make food, and, that's my thing. So I snacked and grazed. And
yeah, that's what I did the whole week
yeah,
as well.
Yeah, so we had that.
Barely ate anything.
Yeah, we had that in common.
Yeah.
So, yeah, usually I'd make us our food. We'd sit down and watch telly. Right?
Yeah.
So I didn't do that. So what I ended up doing was snacking, grazing, and I'd go for a run. And there was some decent weather in the evenings last week. And
you were late night running.
I was like 9:30.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. And it was brilliant. I would just run around, stars were out, and I did a new lap. So I extended it a little bit. And I would get home, and then I would just put some music on. The Tea and Toasties playlist. I'd listen to some of that and just sit out, watch the stars, or I'd get back in, and then I'd just sort of chill some more, put on the Cello Chill playlist, like a bit of that. That's when I was telling you about leaning into a bit of sadness and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to get into that another episode.
Yeah.
I was just filling my time with that. Of course, no Bella.
Yeah, you said it was the first time.
Yeah.
Alone.
Alone.
Usually it was you and Bella.
Yes.
Yeah.
Proper home alone.
Yeah.
And this is what I found. I mean, you've got Gertie.
Yeah.
So when Aaron's away, there's another heartbeat in the space.
And she's so...
Well, she clings to you.
Clinging, yeah. Which is great. It's not just like she's somewhere sleeping in the house. It's like, no, she's like following
there
me
she
everywhere.
Is, yeah.
Yeah.
And you chat away.
Yeah, I'm like, what's up, Gertie?
Yeah. I used to do it with Bella. No.
Yeah.
Didn't do that. So I was a lot up here. And that, I think, was a bit telling.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had ups and downs.
Yeah.
And then I had to really talk to myself and give myself a pep. Yeah, it was tougher than I thought.
Yeah.
It was. But luckily I had you and Bella, and obviously the other Bella.
Human Bella.
Yep, human Bella, coming in during the week, which was a godsend.
Yeah.
Humans.
A little interaction.
Yeah, seeing people, talking, hearing my own voice.
Yeah.
That
was my thing too. I'm like, oh, it's the first time I'm talking today.
Yeah.
Out loud.
And I would hear my voice. I don't speak to myself out loud.
Same, yeah.
But singing, I do that.
Right.
I do that out loud.
Yeah.
Not just belting out one song, but I'm just like little bits and bobs.
Yeah.
Pieces. All in all, it was okay. I got through it.
Yeah.
And by around the end of the week, see, I'd lined up to go see Ursula.
Yeah.
Our old neighbour. And I wanted to take her out and have a couple of beers with her and catch up and whatnot. But then she double booked on me. So
yeah. She's a popular lady.
Yep, she is.
Yeah, so you had that. And then you had drinks with another friend.
I had drinks with another friend that night too. That was a good catch up. And that was actually the husband of one of the girls who was also away with Jonette.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it was like my girly hang with the girls whose guys were gone.
Exactly.
It was like,
yeah.
Let's get together, moral support.
Right.
Yeah.
So we did a bit of that. That was good. But you got tired and...
Yeah. You were itching for a hang.
I was.
For some socialization.
I was.
By the end of the week, for sure.
I was.
You were like looking forward to both social things happening, and then just one happened, and then it was a bit chilled, and you thought...
Less than I thought, yeah. So I did it. I got home. I did a bit of karaoke that night on my own.
Yeah, it's so funny.
And then you came into work Friday. Bella came into work Friday.
Yeah.
And it was a gorgeous day.
Beautiful. Stunning.
Oh.
And I had plans with Santina after work. We didn't know what we were going to do yet. And I was saying to you, I don't know, maybe we can get a drink outside because it's so nice. And you were like,
oh, yeah.
Hold on.
Let's go.
What if we just go to Sierra Nevada after work?
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, please.
Yes.
So I told Santina, meet us there. Me and you went to Sierra Nevada, 5 something after work. Oh, sat in that
So
sun.
nice, wasn't it?
Santina joined us. We had some beers outside. Took it inside, had dinner.
Chicken wings.
The chicken wings. That was great. We just, kept saying like, ooh, girls' night. Girls' night. Rich was there. It was so funny. Just the girls.
By the way, it's definitely a different experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Especially me and Santina. Like, what a pair to be like sat in on.
I know. For my first proper, like, just girls, like, we're going to tag this as this is girls' night. It was, that's a bit of a baptism.
Yeah. As soon as Santina got there, it was just like boom. And it was like, blah, 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 blah. It was just on.
Dude, it was on. It's like, I listened to podcasts, whatnot, at 1.2 times speed. My brain could not keep up with you two. You were like, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
You're like, oh, by the way, you were giving me the backstory real quick. And you were like, oh, and then you were like, oh, and then you were saying some stuff. It was like bringing out the spirit of the girls' night, which I thought was hilarious. Then we propped the phone up and took a photo of the three of us to send to JB specifically. But that was also like a girls' night activity. Usually there's got to be a group photo happening. And yeah, then we're like, okay, we're going to go. I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to head out. And you were just like, hang on. Like, what are you guys doing? We're like, I don't know yet. And you're like, well, do you want to come hang out? We're like, wow, girls' night. And we went to your house.
Extended.
And did karaoke. Which was amazing.
That was fun.
We were just talking about karaoke.
Yes.
And me and Santina love a bit of karaoke. Yes. You obviously do. You were doing it the night before.
Yep.
Oh, so yeah, that was fun.
It was fun. We did some songs.
Yeah, I had a little karaoke night.
I did my best to hang with the girls.
You did a great job.
That's all right.
Was fun.
It is way different.
It didn't seem out of place at all. I mean, it was good. Yeah, you weren't just like awkward.
No.
No.
And you guys didn't make me feel awkward.
Same level. It was fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we had a little, and then what? JB came home the next day, right?
Yes, she came home Saturday.
Yeah.
Picked her up. And what did we? Oh, then we had a wings night.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a wings night. Chicken wings kind of weekend.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what.
I think, how are we doing?
I don't know what else we got, really. We didn't have much planned for today. Spoiler, guys. We had our ep last week. We talked about it on the ep. It was a bit, not heavy, but it was just a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of brain to be braining. And we were like, we just want a chill week this week. Also, like I said, I just finished the edit for last episode yesterday. So that didn't give me much time to plan or think about this episode.
Prep.
Yeah.
We had some other ideas, but I think we might just flesh them out a little bit more and maybe next week for
we have
those.
A good concept for one, but it felt almost too much again.
Well, yeah. We wanted
to a break.
Yeah, we just wanted lighthearted, just a no frills chat.
No frills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you got. So
what you got? Take it or leave
like it or lump it.
Yeah, but I mean, I think I said I'm just trying to squeeze the last drop out. Just call it while we're ahead.
Yeah,
right?
I was just looking at that over there.
Oh, the teapot.
Go teapot.
Yeah, we'll do teapot.
Let's bring it back.
Drum roll for the teapot, guys. Whoa. Do you remember her?
You might have been missing it, but it is there.
I don't know. Yeah, I think we should just put some more questions in here. I do like it, and we're running low.
Oh, of questions?
Yeah. We've got good Chufty badges in here left over. My mom got her Chufty badge.
She did. We sent it in the mail. She got a nice surprise in the mail. She got her own Chufty.
All right. Here comes the teapot. Should I rattle it?
Oh, please. Is it picking up the rattle?
Surely.
Sure. Oh, and if anybody wants to know if they've got specific questions, write those in. You might get a Chufty badge and you might get your question in the pot.
Yeah. Okay.
Go on.
If you could master any skill instantly, what would it be and why?
Well.
His face. Should we breeze on through?
Breeze it. Moving on.
I was going to say for you, probably like guitar.
I didn't want to go there because it's like guitar or Spanish, and we've heard that. We've heard that. Boring.
But that's good. Yeah, I don't know what mine would be. Probably like, I hate to say it, something that's gonna like make me a lot of money
Really?
quickly.
Interesting.
Like, what? I can't think of one, but like a job or a skill that like people would pay a lot for.
So something that's very
Niche and expensive. Yeah.
Like a brain surgeon.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I probably couldn't. I would pass out.
No, you couldn't do that.
No, or maybe like an art, something like
Jewelry making?
that. I don't know what it is, but something along those lines.
Yeah.
Something that's
So still on the artistic, creative
it would
level.
have to be, I guess.
Why not like a trying to draw on your math mind and unlock that and be like astrophysicist. You know, I think they get paid handsomely.
Okay. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. That one, I just pulled another one, but it was the one that we read with Aaron.
Dive in.
Oh, sorry. Do you want to be diving?
No, you dive. Pull another one.
I feel like we've already done this one too.
Have we been putting them back in?
Maybe. There's only two more.
There's two left.
Yeah.
All right, this is it.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever received? The best?
The best. It's tough, isn't it? My mind is just going, advice. What have I ever had and who's been giving it and what was it? And
I know. Also, it's one of those things that you don't really think about.
No.
I think also, I feel like I'll realize this later
in
life, right? Because
yeah.
some of the advice hasn't panned out.
When it pans out. And it's kind of like, yeah, you do get advice along the journey. Mm-hmm. And then you think, dang, thanks for that. That was good.
Right. And usually the best advice, like, don't sweat the small stuff, which you only realize later. Those kind of things.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
Yeah.
I can't specify one piece that's just jumping.
I got one.
You do?
It just jumped.
Go.
My high school guidance counselor.
Yeah.
I was meeting with her just talking about colleges and stuff, as you have to do in high school. She could just tell something was off with me. Yeah. And then I just like opened up and I was saying all this stuff. I was just talking about something in my life and I said, I just wish it never happened. And she was like, don't never wish that. She was like, be glad that it happened because you could learn from this and all this stuff. It seems obvious now, but when I was like 15, I was like, what?
Well,
I had not realized that.
Yeah.
It was more, I hadn't started thinking like that at all.
Right.
And I still think about that because I'm like, yeah, that changed my brain from that moment on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of valuable guidance and pieces of advice, they do get to you. They find you when you are younger. A lot more so because, as you get older, you're like, I've worked things out.
Learning stuff.
Yeah,
it's the first time you're hearing stuff.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's all going to sound new and just like real wise and a sage piece of advice that it might not be. It's like, ooh, if you just put this sauce with that chicken wing and you're good, you're golden.
All right. Well, there's one more in here.
Well, you might as well do it.
I think we just need to round it out.
Finish it.
Empty the pot.
And the pot doesn't come back till we got more.
That's right.
All right, go on.
Okay. Final teapot question. What is this, like season 1 teapot?
Season 1. The finale.
Oh, God. Okay. We've talked about this a little bit. This is a fucking hefty. How do you think social media is shaping our perceptions of reality, and is it for better or worse?
Okay. Perceptions of reality. How is it shaping it? Well, I mean, it's fucking obvious, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like this is a exhausted topic currently.
It's exhausted and exhausting.
Because I feel like everyone is in agreement. It's definitely, everyone knows now at this point that don't believe everything you see on social media. I mean, everyone presents the best side of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In that way, that's not reality.
Yeah.
But then if people already know that, then I don't know.
Then why they still believe in the reality that's being fed them?
I don't know if they are.
Really?
I mean, because I like to think that what I'm posting on social media is reality. So then if someone looking at my stuff and saying like, oh, this is fake, then I'm like, no, it's not. I swear.
This is real. This is me. This is real. This is happening.
I guess it's different with like people you know in real life versus like famous people or influencers and shit. Obviously, that's all fake.
Yeah, because they're not actually posting themselves. They've got their team that are posting.
My biggest thing right now, I will say on it, is the younger generation. They're all getting work done too early.
Yeah.
Everyone has Instagram face. That's what it's called now, because everyone's getting the same procedures, so they're all starting to look the same.
Instaface.
Yeah, Instagram face. I don't like that side of it. Currently, that's my biggest hate of it, and it's not good. Because, call back to the previous episode, young girls are so easily affected by those things.
Yes.
And I think they're just going to regret it. Why are you changing the way your face looks when you're 22?
Yeah.
No need for that. Your face has barely even freaking...
It's not even fully matured itself yet.
My face looked different.
Don't mess with it.
Just last year.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
Right.
Yeah. So that makes me sad then, because it's like, I feel like I can see it happening in real time.
The pressure to do what everyone else is doing, to look a certain way, to feel included.
And they're constantly online. They grew up with just social media from the jump.
Yeah.
It wasn't gradual for them. So, of course, they feel like everyone's always watching and looking at them.
It's dangerous.
It's scary.
I know.
But I think it's all a pendulum. I don't know.
I don't know. Where's it all leading? Where's it all going?
It's going to holograms. We'll all be holograms one day.
Ooh. I don't mind being a hologram. Actually, yeah, I'd quite like that. Anyone feel free.
No.
What?
This isn't a verbal agreement to steal his likeness.
No, wait till I'm dead.
Oh, when you're dead?
When I'm dead.
Okay.
Not now.
He'll be sitting there doing solds as a hologram.
I'll be working. Where's Rich Hollow? Oh, he's upstairs working, of course.
Of course. He's just working. Mm-hmm. Well, okay. That's it.
I think that's it, mate. I think
that's it.
We're done for the day.
All right. Well, you did the intro on the last ep. How do you feel about doing the outro?
That scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, on the spot, you can't. One day you will just start going, like you did last ep.
You know what? On the spot stuff triggers me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does.
That's me too. When you were counting down those times, I was like, please, no.
Yeah. It's on the spot stuff. I don't know where it stems from. If I was to sit, pause and think about it for a little while, I'm sure there's something in my past where, ooh, fuck, I've just thought of it.
Oh.
No. Yes, I have. I think I may have told you this before. It might not be the OG trigger place, but when I was a teacher and I took my class out, and their English was a good standard, but I decided to take them out into kind of a half real life situation, and took them to like a studio, TV studios, and there was a talk show.
Oh, I'm here. I'm remembering.
Yeah.
Wait, did you tell us on the pod?
I don't know. Well, you may have edited it and cut it, so.
Yeah. What the fuck?
No.
No.
I'm done.
You were on the talk show, basically, like they had the crowd audience and someone came and they were like mic in your face and you were like, But I don't think it stems from that. I think everyone kind of has it on the spot
stuff.
Right? That probably was just like you already had it, and then that happened,
yeah,
and you were
it
like...
reaffirmed it. It was probably from before that too.
Yeah.
Maybe just being called out in class.
I think...
Right?
Yeah, and especially when you're... Because it's a whole, I think, just not looking dumb thing that everyone kind of has a little bit of.
Sure.
And people looking at them, and when you're a little kid, you don't know much. And in school, the teacher's asking you a question, and you're like, I don't know. In front of all your peers.
Dude! We've just unearthed it.
Yeah.
Right, no, the OG place where it happened, where it all goes back to.
Where it happened.
Yes. I mean, I would have been about 5.
Yeah.
Okay. My older brother took me. It was my first day at school.
No.
So, Mum, I held Mum's hand. We went to school, and I was in the same classroom as Mark, my older brother, who was 2 years older. So he was probably 7. And Mum said, right, look after him. It's his first day. Yeah. And I was crying. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to leave Mum. And so I was in the classroom. So we got through the day. I was having the time of my life, like painting, building shit.
Just playing.
And playing. Lots of other little kids. And then it was the end of the day and it was story time. And so the teacher always has us down, sitting on the mat, cross-legged situation. Yep. And she's reading the story. And she then asks questions. So I ask questions about the story. First question. And it's out there. And I immediately shoot my hand up.
Yeah.
Like my first day at school.
Yeah.
And she's like, wow, okay. Richard? What's the answer? And I was like, I went for like comedic pause
Sure.
at 5, and then just went, I don't know. And then that was it. Kids started laughing. I don't know what I was after.
I think
it could have been, I don't know. I don't know what I was trying to do.
It was just the thing to do. You're learning.
Yeah.
You've never had to raise your hand to a teacher before. It's your first day of school. Yeah.
And then
other kids are doing it and you're like, and the teacher's calling on them and they get to talk when the hand is raised. Then once you're actually in it, you were like, oh, wait, I actually don't know.
I don't know. And then
you weren't expecting the laughs.
The laughs and everyone was, and then I felt so embarrassed.
It's just a learning experience.
And then I started bawling my eyes out, crying.
Aww.
And then the teacher goes, "Hey, Mark, can you sort this out? Can you,
damn,
do something with him?"
Wow.
And I think that was it. I mean,
just the
smoking gun,
got,
right?
Like, public shamed.
Publicly shamed at 5.
Yeah. But that is so clear to me what was happening. It was just you didn't know you were learning, and then the kids, like, that was a learning experience too. Now then you learned, like, oh, if I do this I'm gonna get laughed at.
Yeah It's learning. And just like when you next stick your hand up, have the fucking answer. Don't try and wing it.
Right.
Okay, I've unlocked some answers today.
We found them.
Thank you.
So anyway, dude, hit us with the outro. I'm just kidding.
I'm going to start crying. Have you triggered me?
I would never laugh at you, though. That's the difference.
Me.
We would never laugh at you, Rich.
All right.
But okay. I'll hit us with the outro. What is the outro?
One day I'll get you.
Yeah.
The outro.
Okay. Well, thanks for listening, guys. That was episode 17.
In the books.
In the books. In the bank is what I said last time.
You banked it.
Yeah.
You could bank it.
I could bank it. Yeah. And you can follow us on Instagram. At Tea and Toasties Pod. Subscribe to the YouTube at Tea and Toasties. Subscribe on your listening platforms. Leave us a review. All those fun things.
All right. Well, we'll talk at you next week. And TTFN.
Bye, guys.